Hello guys, today is day 16, May 23, and we are continuing the revision series. So yesterday we did a episode of medieval history, Satish Chandra test 1. Now we'll do test 2. So this will again have 5 MCQs. So end of the series, 50 days, you will get 250 free MCQs, which is part of the huge 7500 MCQs test series which my students are practicing. And surely entire thing which comes in UPSC will be solvable from this test. Okay, this series, test series. So please see to it that who are already enrolled, please don't waste your days. Sit and study every single day. Keep practicing the test. Read the textbook as I gave in the timetable, and surely you will be able to clear prelims easily. The test series have been divided into different packs, subject packs. So Satish Chandra and all the other history is coming in pack 2. Okay, where history test 16 tests are there. This will completely give you insights into all the textbooks. Nitin Singhania, Satish Chandra, R.S. Sharma, Spectrum, and General Art and Culture based on previous year papers. Okay, based on that, same like that, geography, polity, economy, environment, everything has separate packs. But whichever you buy, always buy the pack 12 also, because it has 12 months of recent current affairs. Okay, and those who are very serious about cracking it this year itself, you have to have little bit knowledge about the previous year current affairs also. So you can buy pack 10 or 11. Okay, which will give you 24 months prior to this. Okay. My courses channel has daily news updates, which is being appreciated by very serious aspirants. So see to it that you also subscribe and give your feedback and wait for the videos every single day. Okay, anyway, who is there in WhatsApp, I'm sending you the link as and when it is posted. So please see to it that you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and this will continue free of cost. So today's first question: Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdoms rose to power in the Deccan. Which dynasty was in rule in Delhi during those days? Okay, when these two kingdoms were set up, okay, in the Deccan region, obviously in Delhi, someone will be ruling, because Delhi was ruled by multiple kings over time. Okay, until the Britishers came. So you have to know which is the dynasty. Is it Said dynasty, Lodi dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, or Khalji dynasty? So this is again a timeline based question. I'll tell you one difference between UPSC exam and other competitive exams. If it was an SSC question paper, they will directly ask you the year. Okay, like Vijayanagara kingdom was set up in dash, and they will give you options like the 13th century, 14th century, 15th century, 16th century. But UPSC, if they ask that way, their stature will go down. So they will ask it in a very different way. But ideally, if you see the core of the question, they want you to know the timeline only. They want you to know what is the timeline of Vijayanagara Bhavani kingdom and what is the timeline each of these. Okay, in short, in one question, they are asking you 5 timelines. Okay, but SSC will ask it directly. Okay, hope you understood the difference. UPSC is asking exactly the same, but they will ask it in a much more formal style. Okay. So here it is the Tughlaq dynasty, because the timeline is 14th century. Okay, this Vijayanagara dynasty was set up in 1336 by Harihara I and his brother Bukkaraya I of Sangama dynasty. Then there's a big story to it. Okay, like who will come, and different small dynasties will come. Okay, overall it is called the Vijayanagara Empire. Okay, till the Krishnadevaraya come, and he will be the most important ruler of that full area. Okay, and the capital of Vijayanagara will be Hampi, based on which UPSC question has come already. Okay, Hampi and Vijayanagara match the following question have already come very recently, 2 years before. And then Bahmani Sultanate was a Muslim state in Deccan in the south. Okay, I think the first Muslim state also around that region. So like that, very important facts are there about these things. Okay, this also timeline if you see 1347 by Hassan Gangu or Alauddin Hassan. Okay, after a revolt with Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So both are during the Tughlaq dynasty. So this also you should know the order. Like Khalji was there. Okay, then after that Tughlaq will be there. Lodi will be the last, because Lodi ruler only Mughals will come and defeat, and then Mughal Empire will be set up. Okay, Babur will come and defeat Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. So this kind of very factual details also you should know. But if timeline or the order of kingdoms is known to you, then these questions can be easily solved by elimination. Okay, you will know like Lodi will never come here because Lodi came later. Okay, so like that you have to eliminate. Now a description is given. You have to identify the Portuguese writer. He was a Portuguese writer and explorer who had given a vivid account of Vijayanagara governance under Krishnadevaraya in his book, that is, an account of countries bordering the Indian Ocean and their inhabitants. Okay, so a book was written, an account of countries bordering the Indian Ocean and their inhabitants, and about the account of governance under Krishnadevaraya. So they are giving you the clue, okay, about the timeline of that personality and what he has written. So who are we referring to? Okay, whether it's this Pace, Barbosa, Nictin, or Niccolo Di Conti. Okay, all these have been asked in the UPSC. That very very detailed question. Okay, very detailed question of like who was here and explored the diamond mines, who came and was like a private medical personnel for a particular king, like that, about writers, about Buddhist scholars, teachers, whoever visited India. Detailed question have come. That is why we are making this question. This line is copy pasted from, as I told, Satish Chandra textbook only. After exam, students often confuse like from where is this question coming, like how will we remember all these things. As I told, from the starting of the we are telling you, do this limited number of books. Okay, out of that if something comes you can question UPSC, but if within that question is coming, you don't have the right to tell that, because we have already told you please do this book. Okay, after NCRT, then anything else you have to do for medieval history, that will be Satish Chandra. After that only you think about any notes or coaching material. Okay, these two is mandatory. And in NCRT it will be class 7th and class 12 part 2. That is where medieval history is lying. Okay, so here it is, Barbosa. So about every person we have given two lines, which we feel is the important keywords. Okay, important things which UPSC can pick up, because if you start studying Wikipedia pages of these personality, there will be huge content, but we want you to give you the best information. That is why in one question itself we gave you two lines about their timeline or what they have done. Okay, if you see a first Christian to make a holy pilgrimage to Mecca, these are the kind of things which UPSC will pick up. Okay, so here he visited the Vijayanagara time of Devaraya II. Okay, then here again this one book names mentioned. Okay, so these are all around Vijayanagara and Bahamani timeline. Okay, these persons, and he is a Russian, he is not even a Portuguese person. So like that you should know very little. This person is Italian. Okay, so please practice this. And in my test, like students who have this PDF, not only this 5 personality, I think more personalities and revision charts are given. So please practice all of them. Now, which of the following is true about Sikandar Lodi? Okay, he was able to establish efficient administration in his kingdom. He was a highly religion tolerant and promoted Hinduism on par with Islam. He had keen interest in agriculture reforms. So it's generally about his administration. So 1 2 3, 1 2 only, 1 3 only, 2 3 only. So you have to know something, or you have to know that something is false so that you can eliminate. Okay, any statement if you find that it is false, then this kind of question is very easy. Okay, because if you say like 1 is false, then you will eliminate A, C and D. If 2 is false, you will eliminate A, B and D. So think in that angle, whether anything you can eliminate. So here it is 1 3 only. The second statement is false. Okay, he was not a religious tolerance person. He was actually promoting Islam over Hinduism and existing other communities. So here you can see he's an Orthodox king. He forced Sharia laws alone on all Muslims, reimposed jizya on Hindus. Okay, what is jizya? Try to find out, because that's a UPSC question. Okay, he executed Brahmins who considered Hindu scriptures are on par with Islam scriptures. He demolished temples, including temple at Nagarkot. So this also can be like a description which UPSC gives and tell like identify the ruler. Okay, that time it will be Sikandar Lodi. And other things are true actually. He had interest in agriculture. It's mentioned here, and his abolished some taxes, and then here new measurement system. Okay, this measurement systems also in mains it is very important, because UPSC syllabus itself mentions okay the land revenue models of different kings. So it is a very important thing. Okay, mainly you have to learn about Sher Shah and Akbar, but other people also had their own revenue models. Then here he was having an efficient administration. That is also true. Okay, so who is he contemporary to that time of the kings? And then very very minimal but important things. Okay, has given here. And here one question is there which is confusing always, like his tomb is there, which is garden tomb. Okay, so it in Wikipedia if you see, both pages will tell like his tomb is considered the first garden tomb in the subcontinent. Okay, so on our research we feel like both are actually garden tomb only, but the Charbagh style was introduced in Humayun's time. Okay, Mughals time. That is when even in front of Taj Mahal you can see the Charbagh garden. Okay, the 4 partitioned garden type thing which is there in front of Taj Mahal. That in a garden tomb was first in Humayun's case, but the actual first garden tomb will be Sikandar Lodi's time. Okay, still if UPSC asks this question like whose was the first garden tomb, it is still confusing. Okay, but this is what we feel. Now, which of the following Sufi saints is matched correctly? Okay, Sufi is another thing. Like after Buddhism and Jainism, any religion or anything which UPSC stresses on is Sufi. Okay, so personalities are given. This Suhrawardi, then this Baba, Farid, Nizamuddin Auliya, Kutubuddin Bakhtiyar, all are famous personalities, famous Sufi saint. So, which is correct? That means 3 of them should be wrong. Okay, so he was the first to establish Suhrawardi Silsila in India. Then Baba Farid is a preacher, promoter of Punjabi language. Then Nizamuddin Aulia was given the title Siddh by Lingayats. Then Qutbuddin Bakhtiar was the first to establish Chishti Silsila in India. Okay, this are all like all the personalities and their achievements, their timeline, everything in one revision chart I have given already to my students. So see to it that you by heart all of this. So here 3 statements are false, only one is true, and that is B. Okay. So other things, if you see, Shihabuddin Suhrawardi, he was the one who established this thing outside India. Okay, this silsila he established outside India, not within India. Within India, it will be someone else. Okay, here see Bahaduddin Zakaria. Okay, he did it in India, and here in the third statement, if you see, Qutbuddin Bakhtiar established it in Delhi specifically. Okay, in India it is this person. So this statement is also false. And Moinuddin Chishti, he introduced it. Okay, but it was promoted or established by Qutbuddin Bakhtiar. And Qutub Minar was named after Qutbuddin Bakhtiar. That you should know. Okay, many people think it is named after Qutbuddin Aibak, the first king of slave dynasty, but it is not. It is named after Qutbuddin Bakhtiar, who is a Sufi saint at that time. Okay, and this title Siddh is given by Nathpanthis. Okay, this Nathpanthis and Sannyasis and Lingayats, these people you have to study because it were in news. Okay, because to give reservation and caste based some benefits in Karnataka, Lingayats were in news 2 years back. So it's a very, very important thing and you should study it. Okay, this is given in chapter 11 in Satish Chandra textbook. Now, which of the following assessment types are true about Batai or Ghalabakshi system under Akbar? So these are this is revenue agriculture system under Akbar. So 3 terms are given, which is UPSC question actually. Baoli, Khet Batai and Lang Batai. This one, whether it's matched correctly. Okay, grain heaps were divided, fields were divided after sowing, then crops were reaped and stacked and divided in the presence of parties. It's all about division. So the terminology. Okay, this is a favorite UPSC question. Terminologies. So you have to know 1, 2, 3, 2 only, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. So here if you see one benefit is 2 is there everywhere. So 2 is true. You have to think about 1 and 3. UPSC have done this in the past. Some statement they will give it in all options. So you don't even have to worry about it. Okay, that will like UPSC itself is telling like it's a true thing. So here answer will be 2 only. Okay, whatever we have given 2 in everywhere because 2 is true. Okay. Because Khet Batai, whoever knows Hindi, they will understand like field, Khet. So field were divided after sowing, that is a true statement. But 1 and 3 are interchanged. Okay, this Baoli is actually crops were reaped and stacked, and Lang Batai is where grain heaps were divided. So try just memorizing like Lang, grain, something like that. You just by heart it. Okay, because many terminology you have to study, and it's very difficult to remember everything. So make sure you're subscribed to both the channels. Every day we are going to see that your knowledge is enhanced, and you will be among the most competitive aspirant in the country for UPSC exam. Okay, so I'll come to the next episode. Thank you and have a nice day.